Let's keep going, though. I don't plan on ending stream yet. After all, we got a brand new season to start. Again, custom schedule-wise, it's still looking a little bit wonky in terms of what I wanted it to be, but we'll see how it plays out. Worst case scenario, maybe instead of 12 teams, 13 might work, and now it's looking like it might not. We might have to take it down to like 10 teams and have a bunch of independents. I don't know. But yeah, that is our schedule for the year against nothing but conference opponents. We need to take a look at the team, the newly renamed team, and decide the red shirts here. Let's take a look at our squad. At quarterback, Brett Cole, Jamerson Weeks, that was a transfer portal pickup, picks aplenty, the newly renamed Gin and Tonic, and Bill Brasky. Mr. Tonic, certainly not bad. I wonder if Army Navy breaks it. Honestly, they might. We are going to redshirt Mr. Tonic because we do not need 5 quarterbacks, and he's not going to be the starter this year. At running back, Aegon Targaryen III, Vito Power, Bobby Boosh, Communications Major, and Ender's Scuffed Mike. Your fullback is Ron Mexico. And again, we're just running with it. Treat it as a learning example, right? Before we eventually start a second dynasty. Ryan the Ryan Tellio, Bingus Piss Missile, Ron Tudaball, Mike Ditka II, Michael Shipman, Robert Baratheon, Han Doffmore, and Lane Schilling. Again, obviously some of these overalls fucking suck right now, but I'm not thinking overalls king this year. At tight end, I got no name. Bad take, bunch of numbers. Jack Daniels V, Big Beef, and Squatting Fish. We are gonna redshirt a bunch of numbers because Jack Daniels V was that elite dev tight end. So we're definitely gonna want him to play. If Bad Take bunch of numbers leaves, that sucks, but it's not a disaster. At left tackle, Bon John V, John Bov, Cornelius Flakes, and Bocce Ball. Left guard, Make It To Go, NFT II. We might have to try a risky red shirt for NFT. To be honest, like he was that really, really good left guard, and then we also have Numb Legs II, but we are gonna have to get aggressive sometime, and now is the time to do it. At center, Brian Vega, Manziel's Waterboy, and George. Right guard, Cowbell Solo, Oliver Terry, and Mo Bamba. Your right tackles, Dion Marcock, Jerry Donuffs, and American Scotland Canada. Will also be redshirt this year. Defensive end, White Ford Bronco and Chumbawamba. The right end is I'm Ready, Friend, Lost to Wyoming, and Sloppy Joe III. Turns out Lost to Wyoming will be good enough to play linebacker next year because he got that speed. I'm Ready, Friend would be a pretty big loss on the defensive line. But man, having him for an extra year would be fucking great, so I might risk it. Defensive tackle. Speaking of it would be great to get an extra year of him at a higher overall. I think we are going to risk it out of the gates. Gene Parmesan, red shirt temporarily. Old Tweet got me canceled. Crippling Gambling Addiction. Buy me a new charger. And Babuka Babaka. At linebacker, Kuda Coghog. It's a bear, O'Shite. And Rhaegar Targaryen. Again, I might try to get aggressive with these guys, and hopefully they don't leave. We also have Blue Mimi, I'm Fast as Fookboy, and Tugi as a shill. True. Middle linebacker, Paul Correa, Darkwing Duck, Manziel's Dealer, and Terrell Suggs. And on the right, Moose Tafa, Maul Walker, Texas Ranger, I Love You, My Baby Corn, and Turning the Frogs Gay. Your corners, Guy Being Dudes, Mother My Jalen Hurts, Super Nintendo Chalmers, Madagascar 2 on PS2, Red Shirt, Me Daddy, 27-0, and Putty McDriverson. Your safeties, LeBron Flag Bearer, Dominic Guerrero, and Pistol Pete Not Gay. Strong safety, Cord, DeRoy, Maximum Davis, and Cash Sweat. Your kicker, Tory Butt. Your punter, Coco for Cocoa Puffs. If I do end up being that aggressive on the red shirts, obviously it could cost us a little bit. But it could also benefit us greatly in future years. And we should have a good enough team with this reworked set of conferences. Now 13 teams per. This team should be more than good enough to dominate anyway. Hello, Crash Andrews. Yes, you did. So quarterback this year, obviously, is going to be Brett Cole. Then we'll have Jamerson Weeks and picks aplenty. 96 speed on Jamerson. Honestly, dude, Jamerson has better deep ball accuracy. Break sack isn't as good. His carrying isn't as good despite the speed. Man, do we throw it over to Jamerson Weeks? There is an argument with that speed. His accuracy wasn't that much worse. He's not quite as good in the open field, but damn. I mean, we know what Brett Cole's capable of. I kind of want to know what Jamerson Weeks... Jamerson, by the way, has better deep accuracy. Only a 77 for Brett Cole. That explains some of the other deal. That is true that Jamerson's awareness is shit. That is true. Honestly, for that reason, we might go with picks aplenty. It's nice that Jamerson's fast as fuck, but it is going to hold him back. Running back, we got Targaryen, Veto Power, Bobby Boosh, and Major. That works. Fullbacks. Mr. Mexico isn't in. Set it up that way. At wide receiver, I want Ron Tudaball to be our top dog. Or at least second dog because of awareness, and he has higher catching. That's actually interesting in terms of how we should set this up. I need people who can come down with the ball, and Bingus Piss Missile has 98 catch and traffic, for God's sakes. We can go with that. We got some burners on the outside now. Tight end, he got Name, Jack Daniels the 5th, and then Big Beef. So yeah, Jack Daniels the 5th. We'll get plenty of playing time this year. Let's get the actual left tackles starting at left tackle. The actual right tackles starting at right tackle, please. So left tackles, John Biovi will be the starter. Cornelius Flakes behind him. Left guard. Gonna be looking okay there. We got our centers. Our right guards. And right tackle. Gotta get Dion Marcuck in there, you know? Defensive end is where we're gonna take a little bit of a hit. Definitely gonna take a little bit of a hit here. But again, I'm not worried about overall as much. We've kind of discovered that, of course, overall is not the end-all be-all. So we're just going to go with who we think might be the best option. Besides, we got a 4-3 anyway, so we don't technically need the defensive ends to be the best. I mean, they just need to be able to disrupt a little bit. Maybe they'll open up space for the better guys. Best awareness for old Tweep, but not bad. That works. Linebackers. Make sure it's the actual starters on each side, please. We do have a lot of red shirts on the left, but not that bad. Ooh, do we play Cog Hog over Blue Mimi? Mimi's got much better awareness. Much better tackling, though. Yeah, I think we gotta... Well, we'll go with Cog Hog for this year, but there's an argument. Middle linebacker's looking strong. That's for sure. Actually has better coverage. 72 zone coverage for Darkwing. 99 pursuit for Paul Correa is nuts, but we need Darkwing to be the primary. And then that right side... Actually, don't know who's going to start off that right side between the top two. Better awareness, better tackling. Much better zone coverage, though, for Mustafa, but how often is he actually going to play there? Let's get Maul Walker in as the starter. I'm good with that. Corners. Looking good. Actually look really good at corner this year. And then the safeties. Looking good. I mean, we got to have corners back up Corduroy, but that's fine. Let's back out. Double check who the fastest on the team happened to be. See, whoops, wrong button. See me hit the wrong button for the 17,000th time. It's interesting, by the way, we're still a 3-star program despite the falling short last year. Who's the fastest on the team? Jamerson Weeks. Can I put a quarterback as a return man? Please? If it's not Jamerson Weeks, it's probably Baratheon. That's funny as hell. Yeah, if it's not the quarterback. Am I allowed to put a quarterback as a return man? That would be amazing. Am I allowed to put a quarterback as a return man? No, I'm not. Okay. Ooh. Let me have fun. It's my football team, damn it. At least it's supposed to be. Yeah, Baratheon will end up being our primary return man. Kickoffs are good. Wow, Cocoa Puff's got so much better accuracy-wise. That's insane. Long snapper's good. Third down back. We can trust that on rating. That's fine. Power back. Slot receiver. Just go off of ratings. And same here. We will go off of ratings for this. Be a whole lot of linebackers. Whole lot of linebackers. And an actual slot linebacker, or defensive tackle, I should say. That looks fine. Sub linebacker. There we go. And slot corner, we're good. All right. Whew, this is going to be a very, very interesting season with some of the aggressive approaches that we are that we're taking. It's easy to get thin on linebackers in this game. They're tough to find good ones. I do want to go with our spread option playbook again, at least until I finish my actual playbook, which should be for tomorrow night. Preseason top 25. We are not ranked. Notre Dame, the defending... No, not the defending national champions. They lost in the national title game. Are number 1. The defending national champion, K-State Wildcats, are number 3. Houston's ranked. BYU, Northwestern, UAP, and Nevada at the bottom. Shouldn't be too difficult for us to break into the top 25. And then for preseason All-Americans... Nationally, nobody for us, of course. What about, I mean, conference-wise? Yeah, it should be basically our entire fucking team. And it is. Boy, I wonder if we're the favorites to win the conference this year. I wonder. Ridiculous. We need to set up our recruitment options from here, though. Let's take our first look at who's available. To be honest, I'm not even worried about team needs right now. I am worried about the best available players. So for 5 stars, we got some guys that are interested too. Let's take a look. The number 1 prospect in the nation's a quarterback. Again, we are immediately going for every 5-star out there. I don't know if I'm going to prioritize 4-star gems, though, this year, based off of what we saw last year. Maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not. Yeah, every single 5-star immediately becomes top priority. At least the ones that we can get. And we will hope for the best. I just find it interesting. We got a 5-star gem, and he didn't have the best potential. The best dev pattern out of everybody that we saw. Disappointing. We got 24 5-star players who are willing to come here, apparently except for Keon Sills, the #1 player. He was fine a minute ago, and now he's not. I think. Alright, well, Keon, sorry, you're out of here. Alright, let's see. Isaac Singletary. I mean, first and foremost, we're going to offer everybody a scholarship, right? Just spam the A button for the next 30 seconds. Having a good time, having a good time. Oh, goodness. We are spamming that button as fast as we can. And then we're going to see out of this group who the highest rated guys happen to be. Figure out our top targets. Because obviously we can't spend actual recruitment points. It's all scouting out of the 750 we started with. And we're going to have quite a few left over. 635 to be exact. So, quarterbacks. We got Jaleel Creech. 91 throw power, 80 speed, has mobile deadeye off platform. Yeah, I mean, throw on run's good. He will be a beast at throwing on the run. He's just not the fastest. That platinum clear-headed, though? Jesus. Jesus. I mean, he definitely looks like a beast. Definitely, definitely. What about Christian Paris, who's an athlete? 93 throw power, 92 speed, has option, king, magician. I mean, both are great. I mean, the awareness is a bit low for Paris. I don't know who I'd prefer out of the two. Running backs. Dalton Speed, as a running back, is a bust. But he has platinum sidestep with 90 speed, 93 agility. Yeah. Custom playbook based? Oh, dude, RPOs. That's the base of it. Jeremy Brink, 92 speed, acceleration, 90 agility. Okay, also not bad. And what about Joe Vernon? 90 speed, 90s. Okay, so he's in the 90s for the 3 main speed attributes. There's no one immediately jumping off the page is like, oh my god, you know? Wide out, Manu Costanzo. 94 speed, 95 acceleration at wideout is tempting. He's not the best route runner, nor is his release the best. I mean, good potential, but not immediately. Like, oh my god, if we don't get this guy, I'm gonna cry. Zach Fabian is a 5-star gem. 95 jumping is his best attribute, 93 speed. I've been laughing for 15 minutes at turning the frogs guy. You know, this community might like to meme Alex Jones a bit, you know? Just a bit. Zach Fabian's an interesting one. Tight end, Tyler Key. Also a 5-star gem. Has 2nd level. But his attributes suck. Look at his attributes. They're fucking terrible. So unless he has a good dev pattern, unless his dev trait is elite, how could they possibly justify him as being a 5-star gem? Offensive tackle, Isaac Singletary. He's a blocking tight end. But his blocking wasn't even good. Right? Like, he doesn't have a single blocking rating above a 73. That's not even good for a blocking tight end. Singletary doesn't have a single attribute in the 90s to kick him off. Run block is sub 70. Chauncey Strait, 91 strength. Has platinum quick drop. Lowest attribute there is his awareness. He's not bad. He might be my favorite player I've looked at so far. Keelan Bigsby. Also a 5-star gem. Has a couple of mid to high 80s, but nothing in the 90s that you would expect to see with a 5-star gem. Like the numbers change for players when you change your position. Ross was 14 and changed number 2. I'd believe it, yeah. I wonder if it's because he's supposed to be another position? Maybe. Maybe? Frederick Duke at guard. 90 strength, nothing else all that impressive. Gotta be honest, like, you look at the attributes for these guys, and if we can't even guarantee the gem status means they have a good dev trait, I don't know, man. At center, we didn't have anybody. Defensive end, Nate Atwood. Nothing in the 90s. Couple of 80s, but I'm not impressed by the attributes at all. Ty Byron. He's well balanced. He's good, right? Everything hovering around an 80. Like, he's not bad. He's not insane in anything, but he looks like he'll be super well rounded. And then Dion Whitehart. Kind of a lesser version of the guy that we just saw. Does have pocket disruptor. I'm not really impressed with like any of these 5 stars. This is nuts. Craig Gore. 91 strength, 93 hit power, good tackle, power moves. Okay. He's looking like one of the better ones so far. What about Jamie Crowther? 91 strength, good finesse moves, tackle, acceleration, platinum recoup for endurance. Okay. Still haven't seen that one guy that I would be it'd be a tragedy if we didn't get him. 92 acceleration for this outside linebacker, 88 speed. Decent zone coverage, man coverage a bit meh. Play recognition a bit meh. He's a good athlete. He can move. That's his biggest thing. Steve Malvo, middle linebacker. Same thing. Like, he can move. He's got the acceleration and the speed. Only 72 zone coverage, though. It's not amazing. As hammer, he can hit hard, although his hit power isn't listed, so that's weird. Safety, Doug Reisner. 90 agility, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 88 jumping at 6'2", 84 zone coverage. I like that. I like that. He can't really tackle, though. Okay. This is what I would expect 4 stars to be, if we're being honest. Ben Benavidez. 5-star gem. Only attribute in the 90s is speed. He's 5'11". Zone man, pursuit, player attack. Ugh. How is he a gem? And you can't even say it's because the dev trait's going to be good, because we know that's not a guarantee. Tony Rossi. Also a 5-star gem. Good speed and acceleration at 6'1". Good starting zone coverage. Awareness is a bit meh. Recognition and tackling is pretty meh. I don't understand how they're gems. Dave Cashfarn? I don't know. Dave. Not a single... 90 speed. Play recognition sucks. Tackling sucks. Awareness is disappointing. How are these guys 5 stars? How? Like, am I wrong in that, like, only, like, 2 or 3 of those guys were slightly impressive? And they're supposed to be the best recruits in the country? They were mostly all mid as fuck. I'm gonna start looking at some of the 4 stars here, because why not? Who's interested in us? Let's look at the guys that have interest first. Defensive guy's gonna have high pursuit or something, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but I just feel like most of these guys for the 5 stars are just like, okay, they're fine. They're not like, oh my god, absolutely the best recruits in the country. Quentin Burris. 4-star gem. 90 strength. Decent finesse moves and tackle. Everything else is pretty mid. I'll go look at the 3 stars. Yeah, apparently, right? Because, I mean, immediately, even with this 4-star gem, we're seeing a bit of a drop-off. Defensive tackle. Doesn't hit hard. What about Anthony Acho? 92 strength, 88 impact blocking, 87 lead block. Honestly, this guy might be a better offensive lineman than any of the 5-stars we looked at. Like, his worst attribute we're seeing is his speed. That guy's not bad. As second level in screen enforcer. What about Paris Baker? That's not to say, by the way, that every 5-star needs to be amazing, but, you know. Paris Baker, 4-star gem. 90 acceleration, 91 change of direction, 95 speed, 82 man coverage. Now, his tackling lets him down a bit, but he does have a bit of a brain in there. What about Trent Minter at linebacker? 90 speed, 89 acceleration. Zone coverage is okay. Can tackle. What about wideout Eric Sauer? Listed as a bust. Has good acceleration and agility. Everything else does kind of suck. And then running back Lionel Fuller. I don't have enough points to scout out. I don't know who the hell to target, to be honest with you. I'm sure most of the 5-stars will actually be decent. But man, it sure screams like I'm going to be moving most of them out of the position that we scouted them in to move them somewhere else, even if it means their overall drops, you know? What a weird start. What a very, very weird start. We have 600 points to use here. What if I finish looking at Lionel Fuller? 4-star gem. Super well-rounded. Super well-rounded. The awareness sucks. Only thing over a 90 is speed, but that guy is super well-rounded. I'm more excited about him than most of the 5-stars. You know? So that's the question then. Do we go after 5-stars, or do we just genuinely go after the guys that had the best attributes? Right? Because it's like Jaleel Creech. This guy wasn't bad. Medium accuracy is a bit disappointing. This guy's not bad. All right, he's got a pretty good base to him. I think he's worth going for. Right, especially with clear-headed. Being that good. Put 5 points on him just to signify that. Christian Paris. Also pretty good. He's fast. The awareness is a bit disappointing, but the only other thing that we see under that is 79 vision. So I think both quarterbacks aren't that bad. We look at the running back, Dalton Speed. He was a bust. Bad awareness. Break tackle's a bit meh. There's 2 attributes at a 90. Even though he's a bust, he doesn't even look that bad. Right? At least to me. Looks fine. Fine. Nothing insane. Jeremy Brink. Speed-wise looked good. His awareness sucks. Everything else kind of okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're kind of viewing it from like that perspective, these guys aren't that bad. Joe Vernon. Couple of 90s, but also a couple of 70s. Is a receiving back, at least. Bus gem thing is weird. I kind of started ignoring it recently. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, too. It's like Lionel Fuller was the 4-star gem. He's got a 90 in speed. And then only 2 of the attributes that we see are below an 80. And one's awareness. I really kind of like Lionel Fuller. I don't know what 5-stars I should potentially give up on yet. Maybe that'll be the way I'm doing it here. Baseball generated in Nevada Bravo. That's tremendous. So speed. Let's say he has 3 attributes below an 80. Let's get rid of him. Maybe I'll use that. Try a different thing here. Multiple attributes below an 80 for Jeremy Brink. So he's fast, but everything else kind of sucks. Vernon is out. Fuller's the one I'm most intrigued by. Offer him a scholarship. Get 5 points on him. The wideout, Costanzo. I mean, he's fast as hell. But he's not the best route runner. His release sucks. His awareness sucks. He does have takeoff, though, to maybe help with that release. But I don't know, man. Even as a 5-star, I'm just not like, yes, let me get that guy. You know? I mean, we could get him just because he's a 5-star, and he's fast, but everything else kind of sucks. It's like, cool, so he's Darius Hayward Bay. Zach Fabian. I don't like that catching, not catching, but strength is one of the attributes it shows for him. Sauer was dreadful. Tight end Key. Again, this guy sucked. Like, as a blocking type, look at that. His best attribute's an 83. He's fucking terrible. This guy isn't the worst, but I don't like that, like, speed and acceleration, agility are such a highlight. Let's get rid of him. Straight. You know what? Actually, that right tackle we just took off the board. I need to judge O-lineman a little bit differently. I need to judge Singletary a little bit differently. We'll say 2 attributes below a 60. And actually, he does. He has agility and run block, but it might not actually be that bad. Give him that scholarship back. We technically wasted 5 points. But that's fine. Bigsby. Run block sucks, agility isn't great, but everything else looks okay. 5 points on him. And what about Chauncey Strait? Chauncey Strait just looks like the best of the bunch. So at least the 5 points on him to indicate I want to keep him. At guard, Frederick Duke. 3 attributes below a 60, 90 strength. Yeah, no, you're out. Anthony Acho. Too many 70s, man. Pass block isn't that good. It's like his run block and impact block. But then again, his base run block isn't that good. It's just his lead block is good. Let me get Acho out of there. Defensive end, Atwood. Doesn't have a single 90. Has a bunch of key attributes under an 80. That doesn't look good at all. Byron looked a lot better. Lot better. Still a little bit worried about him in some ways, but he does look better than the other guy. And then Dion Whiteheart. Also looks okay-ish. It's close. Maybe it's just a bad class. That could be the case, too. What about Craig Gore? He was one that I was excited about. Ish. 6 5 points on him for now. Jamie Crowther. Good finesse moves, but shit agility. Figure that one out. Figure that one out. What about Quentin Burris? Get power, agility, awareness. Yeah, sorry, Quentin. That's just too much going against you. I don't know how you're a gem. Emmett Hodel. Maybe keep him for the moment just to compare him to other linebackers. What happened in the rebuild he started yesterday? Decided to put it on hold. Enough people wanted me to continue with this one. But we will get to it eventually. I'm using this as a bit of still a bit more of a learning experience on just the ins and outs of the mode. So, it will happen eventually. Trent Mint. Handcuff kind of sucks. Get him on the board for the moment. I do need to leave some players as like a comparison player. This guy's fast as hell. Can't tackle. Play recognition sucks. Gotta get that mind reader ability, right? Reisner. Tackle sucks, but that's the only thing that's a bit disappointing. Everything else is a pretty solid foundation. Benny Benavidez. Solid. What about Tony Rossi? Can't tackle. Change of direction sucks. Awareness isn't that high. Let's get rid of him. 5-star gem my ass. And then Dave, whatever Dave. Can't tackle. Play recognition sucks. Awareness sucks. Let's get rid of him. Start paying closer attention to attributes, I suppose, because a lot of these guys look like garbage. They really do. Let's take a look at the 4-stars again. Let's see. 4-star quarterbacks. There's a shitload of them. And I am willing to look at each and every one of them. Why not? Why not? I haven't even looked at our positions of need. I probably should, actually. Do we need a quarterback this year? Yeah, we do. There we go. I'm justified. Stephen Durbin. It's apparently a bust. Yeah, I can kind of see why. Position option king off platform. Great throw power, but... Great throw power and great speed, but the awareness sucks. Acceleration speed. It doesn't mention his deep accuracy, which is a bit concerning. With throw power like that, it's like, cool, if you have a cannon, that's great, but if you can't hit anybody, then you're Jamarcus Russell. So, Seth Cassell. Apparently a gem. Good throw power, good speed. Worst attribute is awareness, but he is pretty well-rounded. He doesn't look that bad. Has headstrong, too. It's not bad. Let's add him to our board. Niles Benford. Apparently a gem. Gold magician. Good throw power and speed. But vision, medium accuracy under pressure, awareness. I like the other guy more. Yeah, I like the other guy much more. Josh Canaday. Canaday. He's a bust. And, yeah, I can see why. I can see why. Out of here. Frederick Tandy. Also apparently a bust. Great throw power, fast as hell. His accuracy isn't great. His awareness, break sack, throw on the run. Honestly, this guy looks better than the other guy. Right? Like, he's got the throw power, he's got the speed, his accuracy isn't bad. His awareness isn't great. Break sack isn't great either, but... How is it that a 4-star bust looks better than a 5-star gem? What's going on with that? I'm not saying this guy's amazing, but... Especially because Cassell is better. Granted, he doesn't have quite the throw power. The speed's close, though. But... What about Villami Nakang? Bust. 90 speed, 92 throw power, good acceleration. I mean, honestly. Very similar to the other guy, just slightly worse. What about Billy Payne? Like the other guy, just worse, not as fast. Jeffrey Costanzo. Slightly worse than the other guy. Yeah. Jelani Caps. Caps is pretty good. The other guy is slightly better, though. I don't know what to believe anymore about recruitment. I really don't. Montrell Berryman is at 100 speed, which is technically 99, right? His awareness sucks. Under pressure isn't great. Vision, break sack, throw on run. So here's the thing, right? He's fast as fuck, but he can't throw the ball when he's running. So what's the point? Break sack isn't good either. He can't throw when he's on the run, so what the hell's the point? Like, yeah, he's fast as hell, but, like, Cassell has 92 power. I just don't see the point. Make him a wideout, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could try to do that. Percy Kilgo. Was he an athlete? Oh, shit, I didn't even notice. I'll go back then. Hold on. Didn't even notice he was an athlete. I always forget it can do that. Let me just switch it over. Back to the 4 stars. It's Tandy, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Tandy. Tandy was the guy we got rid of earlier. The hell was the guy's name? Getting late, chat. You gotta bear with me. Getting late. I don't know what to think anymore. Four-star quarterbacks. Urban, Benford. Was it Berryman? It was Berryman, wasn't it? Hopefully. Yeah, it was Berryman. I mean, 99 speed. Yeah, he is an athlete. I mean, for that reason, we can definitely go for him. Still isn't just like this even close to like complete package quarterback. I'm pretty disappointed. Kilgo's accuracy, all that. It's just not good enough. What about Jaden Gore? Apparently a gem. Is an athlete. I mean, he's fast. The guy's better though, man. Get that guy's an athlete too, but still. James Hill. Looking for the gem, man. Not the actual gem, but I don't know if we're gonna find it. What about Paul Jackson? Not bad, but not as good as the other guy. Ryan Pettigrew. Not even in the running. That guy's terrible. I don't know how he's not a bust. Wayne Adai. 96 speed. Is an athlete. Awareness kind of sucks, but you know what? Let's, based on that high speed, him being an athlete. Desmond Renfro. Yeah, I can see why he's a bust. He's not very good. Hashim Ekuwale. Bust. I can see why. He's terrible. And then Jeremy Karstens. Not bad. Quite good enough, though. Yeah, I don't know what to believe anymore. Like, we're at the point where we can go for 5 stars, but a lot of these 5 stars aren't looking, like, significantly better than some of the 4 stars, right? Like, if we take a look between Berryman and Adai, granted, Berryman was solely because of the 100 speed. Adai is fast as hell, too. So actual quarterbacks that we believe could play quarterback. +2 throw power, +2 accuracy, -1, +1, +5, +3, +1, same speed, slightly better acceleration. I mean, Paris is better than Cassell. On paper. He is better on paper. Not by much, but he is better. But I do wonder if Seth Castle will have a better dev pattern. Cowbell. Let's take a break from you. Let's take a break from the cowbell. With Creech. Better awareness. We can actually see his deep accuracy, but we know his medium accuracy sucks. Again, he's got 2 attributes below an 80. So does Paris. I guess the 5 stars, quarterback at least, the 5 stars are looking better. Again, Cassell's also an athlete. Paris is an athlete. Creech. The quarterback isn't bad. I mean, those guys aren't that bad at least. But out of all the 4s and the 5 stars, there's not a single quarterback where I'm like, yes, that's the guy. We absolutely have to get him. And then it just makes me wonder, like, should I look at 3 stars or are they that much worse? You know? Like, trust me, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of 3 stars who are willing to come here, that's for sure. Look at quarterback. 6'5" seems to be the biggest quarterbacks can be. I don't know, man. Maybe we just look like exclusively at athletes. At least to start off. Like, is it worth, you know, it's shits and giggles. Connor Melvin and Titus Mosley. Let's just look at you two. Why not? We know we have the points to make up ground, even if we waste this first week. That guy's awareness is horrific. So obviously, we wouldn't go for him. But the other attributes aren't that much worse than other people that we were looking at. And Mosley's also a bust. Maybe not the best 2 examples, because, yeah, those guys are actually shit. So looking at 4s and 5s, the best way to go, but we definitely have to be selective. We need running backs this year, too. So who are the 4-star running backs that we can add to our board? I think that's just going to be the key, is being way more selective. Aim for the high end, but know that just because they look good doesn't mean they are good, basically. These guys really have interest in us. Start adding dudes to the board. Not gonna be able to scout them all out this week, but look at who we can. So, Iosefa Coward. That guy looks great. Well-rounded. Power back. Awareness is the only real negative about him. But he's pretty damn close to the other 4-star who is actually a gem. I don't get it anymore. And then Eli Kiernan, the last guy we can put points on. I don't know what to make of recruiting anymore. I really don't. Now that some of those 5-stars have just kind of like blown my mind. I'm like, oh, 5-star gem doesn't mean they're going to be the best player in the world. Like, they're not bad. Wow, we just got locked out for, like, everybody that we were looking at, too. Interesting. Now, as we get ready to play ODU, who's even left on our board out of all those guys that we were looking at? Because the answer, isn't it just dev type? For gems? Not necessarily, no. Because we had an outright 5-star have a better dev pattern than a 5-star gem this past recruitment class. So it's very confusing. Unfortunately, for those who wanted the 99 speed guy, he just locked us out. So, players are moving quickly, apparently. Just more quickly than we can afford to move. Now I'm looking for the frickin' needles in a haystack to find the actual good players. If they even exist. I don't know if they do. So out of all the quarterbacks, the only one left is a die. And we were only looking at him because of the speed he provides, so... What do you do? Because if you go for 5 stars, 5-star gems, they're not guaranteed to be as amazing. But then, if you take your time to scout out certain people, players end up off the board really quickly. This guy is apparently a gem as a receiving back, even though only 4 of those attributes are above an 80. I don't believe you that he's a gem. Nick Swope. Again, we can get guys late in the transfer portal anyway, so I'm not too upset. This guy's fast, but like spin move, break tackle, awareness. What about Carlos Reynoso? Tragic. Keenan Fox. I don't understand how you're a gem. He's fast, that's it. How are you a gem? I don't get it. I'm trying to understand what the logic is here, but again, the way they set it up, just doesn't make too much sense. I get the Fox is fast. He can kind of catch the football as a receiving back, but how are you a gem? Like, how would you be like, oh, you're almost a 5-star? Enrique Ringo is a bust. That I can understand why. But are his attributes really that much worse than the other receiving back we just looked at? They're not, though. The other guy was faster. Taylor Radigan. Taylor Radigan, I believe, could be good. Right? His weakest attributes are vision and awareness. Everything else, though, super, super well-rounded. So, yeah, we'll look at you. Absolutely. What about Jake Morton? Again, like, I know he's a power back, but super, super well-rounded. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's not slow. Only thing that sucks is his awareness. Our power back's OP. Ricky McKee. Another receiving back. Fast. Everything else sucks. I don't get it. How are you a gem? Caleb Burr. Is a bust. But are you? I mean, you're not better than the other power backs I was looking at, but he doesn't look that bad. Right? Like, you see that guy as like a 3-star, you'd be like, oh, okay, well balanced. He's not the fastest, but good acceleration for a power back. I just don't understand anymore. I'm not going to keep him on my list because we have better power backs than him, but still. Josh Franz. Spin move and break tackle, let him down. He's relatively fast. Change of direction. Entirely convinced you're the guy. We already looked at swoop. Same thing, fast, but slightly better attributes. I'd be more convinced. Swoop, whatever. Sinilau Bullocks is a bust. I don't know why. He doesn't look that bad. And then Reynoso, we already looked at. I just don't understand anymore. I don't understand the young people. That's what it is. I'm too old now. I just don't understand the young people. No 4-star fullbacks. Well, we got a wideout then. How many dudes can we add to our board here? All right, what do we got at wideout? Do we have anybody that's top notch? Garrison Custis. Good speed. Pretty bad route running. We had Eric Sauer on our list before. He is actually bad. What about Jalen Wilds? Apparently a gem. 95 speed is nice. 78 catching, though. 96 jumping at 6'4 is nice. Good spec catch. Strength isn't too crazy. Short route's not great. The release is okay. Doesn't mention... If his short route's that bad, what the hell is his other two looking like in terms of route running? He's intriguing because of his size, speed, and his jumping. He's definitely intriguing. But he might not be able to run routes to save his fucking life, you know? What about Ben Ellington? Apparently a bust. Route running's pretty bad. Release isn't great. Fast as hell. Decent catching. Decent spec catch. Doesn't quite have the height as the as much as the other guy to be as intriguing. Tyrone Cole. Also a bust. Some of his attributes look decent, though. Kind of confused at that one, but the other guy is my project out of the group. David Mabane. 96 speed, acceleration, and agility. Decent catching and spec catch. The route running that we know of sucks. The release sucks, so he's going to have a hard time getting around people. Terrible awareness. I don't see it. Daryl Lynch. Can't for the life of me comprehend how to make my own playbook in this game. You got to decide what you want to build around, is the best way to describe it. Okay, this guy. Give me 1 second. This guy's fast as hell. Route running and release are pretty mid. Awareness isn't great. Catching isn't great. Again, most of these guys just, well, they're fast, but can they do anything else? So Iggy, for me, right, because I'm still working on my custom playbook. Here's how I sorted out mine. So again, I decided, like, oh, I want a lot of options, right? So I sorted out by, like, 1 passing option on the outside, 2, 3, 4, 5. I looked at the playbook to see, okay, what set has the most options? The most RPOs, because I love RPOs. Which ones have a jet sweep or a flea flicker? For 2, you know, we found ones that had direct snaps to the running back and then RPOs. Like, I'm building around RPOs. But then it's also, ooh, do I want a set that has a flea flicker? Do I want a set that has, like, the DIY reverses? So you just got to kind of decide, here's what I want the playbook to be, here's what I'm good at, and search for those specifically. You got to decide what concept you're running with. This guy sucks. Holy hell. How is he not a bust, dude? He has, what, 3 attributes? How is he not a bust? He's got 3 attributes under an 80, or 3 attributes above an 80, and that's it. I don't understand the gem bust system at all. Del Page. 97 speed. I mean, fast as hell. Nothing else is that great, though. Gideon Passignon. Gideon. 96 jumping. Honestly, super good base. I like this guy probably the most out of any receiver I've looked at so far. His awareness and strength aren't great, but everything else, it's really solid foundation. And he's 6'3" with 96 jumping and 91 speed. Absolutely. AJ, take it easy, buddy. Appreciate you hanging out with us all the way. Ron Scroggins? What a name. But be easy, again, from my experience, it's mainly tied to dev trait, but also not really. Again, I had regular 5-stars with much better dev traits than 5-star gems, which doesn't make any sense to me. This guy, I can see why he's a bust, I guess, but he's not that bad. I have better options. I'm going to take him off the board, but he's really not that bad. What about Gage Boyce? Route running sucks. Yeah, you're out. TJ Hillhouse. Haunting of Hillhouse? This guy looks sick. Great jumping. Really solid speed. Back catch. Alright, the new pride of Hattiesburg. It's certainly not Brett Favre. Jeremiah Stockton. What we got for Jeremiah? Super well-rounded again, like strength and awareness. The short route's not the best, but apparently for me, I like the looks of taller receivers that can actually catch a football. Zach Parker is a bust, and I can see why. Fast as hell, but not much else going on for him. And Danny Boatwright. Not bad. Can't offer him anything this week, but not bad. This is going to be interesting to see how this works out this year for recruiting. Totally different strategy, and we'll see how it works. This might backfire horrifically. Maybe just, yep, 5-star, go for him is the way to go, but it certainly doesn't feel like it.